What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube video, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to start a sportswear brand with no experience and to profit thousands of dollars with it. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Mateus. I started a sportswear brand called Spark Athletics. I started this brand with no experience whatsoever, and I started it in my free time. I was just bored, and I had nothing to do because at this time I was injured from sports. So I had to divert my energy into something else during this period. This brand was something that I started for fun, and it grew into something bigger than I imagined, and I wanted to share this information with all of you guys. So when we're talking about a big scale like Nike, $5,000 is not a lot of money whatsoever. But to scale a brand from no experience at all 3 months ago, 4 months ago, to now what it is today, a brand that generated $5,000 in revenue, it's something that anyone could take a piece of what I learned and implement it into their business. Or even if you haven't started a business, you could learn today how to start a business with the tactics I learned as someone that had no experience whatsoever in business. I'm currently enrolled in high school, but I've taken a college class, a business one-on-one class at a college for 6 months. And essentially everything that they've taught me in that class, I can teach you in this video with a few basic steps on how to start a business. Yes, they go into very detail in those business classes, but the things I learned in that class, everything is online that I learned in that class. All the resources that the class has given me, I could have got for free from Google, YouTube, from having a mentor that has their own business. So step one, and the most important step of starting a brand, is to find an iconic name and logo that resonates with your brand theme. For example, my name is Spark. When you think of Spark, you think of fast, you think of lightning, you think of just spark, light, what, like wow. So it was a name that I found on ChatGPT. I asked for ChatGPT to make a name that resonated with my brand values, which were sports, fast, lightweight, and it came out with 50 names, and I chose the name Spark. Me and a friend, we agreed to take the A out of it, so now it's spelled SPRK, and that change really helped my brand. You want to choose a name that's going to stick in people's mind whenever they think about your brand, or whenever they think about something close to your brand, they want to think about your brand. For example, when you think about greatness, you might think about Nike, the god of victory. You want people to be able to think about your brand the easiest way possible. So make sure that your name is very iconic. The next step is finding a logo. I found my logo on Google. I made sure it was very modern and it was easy to copy and paste. So I got the simplest drawing of a lightning bolt and I stuck it on to the SPRK name. You could use Google, you could use an artist, you could draw your own logo. I recommend experimenting with these steps and seeing which one works the best for you. This process of choosing a name and logo could take anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks. It could take an instant. You could know exactly what your logo is. It just all depends on how long it takes for you to find the right fit. So now that we have an iconic name and logo, we want to find a product that we're gonna sell. So before you start a brand, you pretty much know what you want to sell before you even start the brand. I knew that I wanted to sell something about soccer, sportswear, in that essence. So I chose to sell a mini shin pad that's trending right now. A shin pad is something that you use in a soccer game that's required, and I chose to make mini shin pads because it's trending right now. So when you have your product, you want to know who you're going to market to, what sort of group you want to market to, what sort of group that your product attracts. For example, my mini shin pads are not going to attract fashion models because they have nothing to do with it. But my mini shin pads might attract a soccer mom to buy, or a kid playing on the street to buy. So make sure to think about the group you want to target when you sell your product. All right, now you have an iconic name, you have an iconic logo, and you know what you want to sell and who you want to sell it to. You're going to have to find a great manufacturer. I found my manufacturer on Alibaba. It was very simple. Alibaba is a very credible website. I think you should download, one of the things you should do first is download Alibaba and search for a product there. The make sure that the seller has good reviews, has good photos, that people like their product. Make sure that they don't price you too high for it, but you can get a good deal with them if you just talk it out for your product. You want to get a sample first, and then from there, if you really like the product, you could buy your bulk order of whatever product that you will be selling. So once you have this product, you're gonna want to have packaging with it. The product shouldn't just come on itself with the mailing bag. You want a packaging. You want to work on your packaging. It should have a good design. It should resonate with your brand. So this packaging can be can be clear. It can have color. It just depends on what you want and what you design. But it's very important that your packages come with that your product comes with its own packaging so that it feels more authentic. With everything that I've taught you, you're going to want to make an Instagram page. An Instagram page that you make should be very clean, very look very slick with your logo on it. Should have a short bio of what you do. You could check mine's out, SPRK Athletics out, and see how my bio is and copy it. Maybe copy other big brands bios, copy it, change it a little bit, and you want to make it very slick. Everything you post should resonate with your brand, resonate with how you want to make people feel when they see your page. Instagram is a great way to attract customers. So when they click on your Instagram page, it should be kind of a selling page. So be very mindful with this and don't just post whatever. Make sure you follow the right people. For example, on my business page, I just follow myself. If you do this right, it can get you a lot of sales and it's going to be very important for the future of your brand. One big Instagram tip I have is to run a giveaway. Run a giveaway of maybe 3 of your products and make sure that you spend about $50 of ads to your giveaway. You don't have to, but it's something I did and I found great success with it. I spent $50 on my giveaway and I grew about 300 followers. For me, it's a great return on investment because I got 300 followers of people that will buy my stuff in the future. Okay, the next step with this platform you have, Instagram, is to promote your product. You want to promote your product mostly with Instagram Reels because Instagram wants to really push out Instagram Reels to everyone using its platform. So I would say post about once or twice a day in the beginning. You're going to have to post a lot in the beginning. So post about once or twice a day and make these posts engaging, make them entertaining about your product, make sure of make sure what you say in those videos make people think about your brand. So with this Instagram page, you want to share it to everyone you know so that you get as much movement to your page as possible. For example, with my page, once I started it, I shared it with my main Instagram account and I got about 50 followers in one day from just sharing it on my main account. And I slowly drag that audience I have on my main account to my brand account every week by posting more and more on my story about my brand. You want the people that follow you on your main account to follow your brand because these are the people that will most likely buy from you because they're already hooked on your page, so they're most likely to trust you and buy your product. So the next step into starting a sportswear brand is to get loyal customers. This is a very underrated step, but I think a lot of brands miss this in the beginning. But naturally, if you do good, you're naturally just going to get this. If your product is good, if your customer service is good, if you interact with your customers, you'll get loyal customers. These customers will buy your product, support your brand no matter what. And it's important you have this community behind you so that when you're scaling to other people, they can put in a good word for you. Well, Apple is a brand that does this very well. Apple has a lot of customers that are very loyal to them. A lot of people that buy Apple products often say, I'll never buy an Android product. This means that the customer is very loyal to them. This is a marketing gimmick, a brand gimmick that they use subconsciously on you and you didn't even notice. And it's something that you can implement to your brand. I think it's very important to see the tactics that they use to get people loyal to their brand, stand behind their brand, and to use it on your own brand. Flip what they use onto your own brand. Okay, so now once you've done all these steps, you're ready to sell your product. You're ready to drop. I started with a pre-made method. I had all the products I wanted to sell already at my inventory, and this just made everything easier because I could easily ship out what I had to people. So, starting a brand is something that is not easy at all. It may come easy to some people, it may not, but it's something that's going to take hard work. It's going to take your time, and it's something that you should be invested in. It should be an investment, and it's gonna be a hard journey. I know everyone says it, but it's gonna start off slow. It's gonna go up, up, up until you're at the top. But most importantly, it's gonna start off slow. Make sure you don't fall off in those beginning points. Make sure you stay true to the grind, and you'll get there. For those of you that don't know, I run a coaching program on School, spelled SKOOL. Below, I'm going to be attaching it. And if you want to work with me, go down below. I never knew what was ahead, but I always knew my next step, if you know what I mean. I never knew what my brand was going to be in 6 months, but I knew what I needed to do tomorrow. I knew that I needed to post. I know that I needed to stay consistent, make great product. And from there, I just grew, and I made sure I was always learning from people that had their own brand, learning from other people, YouTubers, for example. And with this knowledge that I gained, I implemented to my business, and it grew exponentially. So that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in and hear what I have to say. Hopefully, you can implement the tips I gave you into your brand or business, and see you in the next one. Thank you.